Hello everyone, I am Bean from Bean Blossom Art, also known as Mazzy in real life. I am sitting down to finally record and hopefully post my first video. This is definitely not the first one that I have recorded or attempted to edit, but because of my inexperience, it just didn't quite go as expected, so I think this will definitely be a better first video to post, and maybe I'll post that older footage maybe much later as just a little treat for you guys. But today we are going to be sculpting something that I kind of thought of on a bit of a whim. We are going to be sculpting some dart frog earrings as well as a bonus red-eyed tree frog. I am wearing my normal froggy earrings today. I might insert a better close-up clip for you guys to kind of see if you've never seen my art before. We are going to be sculpting an orange, a red, and a blue dart frog as well as a red-eyed tree frog. Right here. Try to insert some pictures for you guys so you have an idea of what's coming up. I'm very excited about these little dudes. As I said, very on a whim, sculpted them over the course of 2 days. I feel like the footage I got is actually pretty decent as well, so we shall see how it goes. I hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, let's get right to it. Alrighty, so here you can see I am taking just a little orange polymer clay ball and I'm forming it into just a little froggy shape. We are going to actually be flipping back and forth between all of the different frogs because the process is pretty much the same for all of them, just different colors, and then we'll focus on each individual pattern since their patterns are different. So here I am basically just making the eye shapes just using my silicone tool. I used to kind of just make 2 little balls and stick them on top of like the cube frog shape, but I find that they just ended up looking exactly the same if I just kind of morphed them down myself as I did in that clip. So here we are doing the little feet. I try to cut the clay just as close to the same size as possible. Sometimes I have to add or take away a little bit of clay, roll them into a little cone shape, and then stick them on the body. There I will try to use my silicone tool to kind of blend them into the body. Not too much, but just enough that I know that the feet are going to stay attached after baking. And here, squishing down the little tummy. That little orange piece I just decided to hide on the underside of the clay so you can't even see it in the final product. If I know something's going to show, I will take it off, but you know, I'm a little lazy. I like to save a little bit of time, so I'll just hide it underneath pieces of clay sometimes. You know, that's the beautiful thing about polymer clay. You don't even gotta know it's there. We've moved on to my favorite part of the whole process, which is the cute little face. It's actually pretty hard for me to get the eyes like the right size every single time. I did some prototypes and did all this footage because I intended on the prototypes being the final product, but the eyes just came out way too big, looked a little weird, a little uncanny, so I ended up having to redo them. But here we are. Here's what the eyes look like when they are the right size, and we're moving on to the cute little mouth. Now, as you can guess, the mouth is also pretty hard to make. It's such a tiny little piece of clay. I usually just cut like a tiny little ball off of the clay actually, and then roll that up into the little mouth and make it into just a cute little smile. Another thing that I'll mention, I kind of forgot while I was editing this video to put a little bit of the footage of the red-eyed tree frog in here as well, but honestly most of his process is pretty much the same too, so we'll be seeing a little bit of his patterning later on, but it's pretty much the same. We just don't end up getting any of those mixed in clips of him with his feet or anything. Here I am making the pattern on the orange frog. So this is kind of how I did the pattern for this guy, and you can tell there's a little bit of a wooden texture because I used one of my tools that has a bit of a wooden handle, but it's smoother than any of the other tools that I have, and it's completely straight, like perpendicular. So I was able to kind of roll out this little piece of clay into a super thin layer, which I can't really do super thin layers like with my other technique where I take a little ball of clay and I squish it. I wanted it to be a little bit thinner than that for the actual patterning pieces again, because on some of my prototypes I felt that the pattern was just a little too thick. I was a little too raised off of the actual frog body, and I didn't really like that. But I think that as far as like patterns that are fun to make, I definitely think this one is a little bit the funnest. They almost look like little mini tigers. Since we've got a decent chunk of time here, and I feel like The rest of the video on the red frog and the blue frog are pretty self-explanatory as to kind of what I'm doing. I figured I'd just sit here and ramble on a little bit and kind of fill this big chunk of time here. So in the beginning of the video, I kind of mentioned that I had filmed some stuff before and tried to edit some stuff before. And if any of you are coming over from any of my social media, you might have seen the Halloween post that I made of that little statue, which was really fun to make. And I filmed a lot for that video. But when I say that I filmed a lot, I mean like there was like 5 or 6 hours of like 4K 60 frames per second footage. And I had a terrible time trying to edit through this. I think I managed to get through like 2 hours, and I decided to like record like my voice and like commentate on it through most of it, like as I was making it. There were a few bits where like I would like speed it up and it would be like a speed sculpt, but that ended up being like 120 gigabytes of footage on my computer that I still haven't deleted off, because I'm still not sure if I really would like to put it out into the ethos, because it's just good. It would be a long video. It would be a lot. So I mean, if you guys are interested in seeing my little vampire frog tree with the crows that I made, do let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I just kind of thought I'd throw it out there because I think it's really funny, and I really do want to get that footage off my PC, so do let me know if you guys have any thoughts on that. Alrighty, so we're finally on to the red-eyed tree frog. So here I didn't really show exactly how I made that piece because it took a lot of experimentation. I didn't actually do a prototype for the red-eyed tree frog, so I was actually kind of learning as I was filming here. But I pretty much just rolled up really tiny little pieces of clay, and I kind of cut them at an angle so that the ends of them tapered pretty drastically. And then as you can see, I kind of stuck them together in the way that I did at the very beginning of the clip, placed them on the frog, and then I used my sculpting tool to kind of smooth them out, attach them a little better, make the points a little bit sharper on the other side. This one I kind of changed the pattern up a little bit. I kind of wanted a little bit of variety. I definitely want like my froggy earrings to be unique in pattern, just kind of like frogs are in real life. You know, they're not all exactly the same. So I varied up the pattern on either side for the little tree frogs, but I actually think these guys might have ended up being my favorite in the end, honestly. I thought they were a little bit uncanny, especially with their red eyes, but I don't know, they kind of get like a little alien vibe to them. So yeah, let me know what you think about this one. And we are nearing about the end of the process. Just gonna put this little smile on right here. If you guys have any critiques about the video, any questions about anything that you saw, any products that you would like me to mention or link in the description, please do let me know. We're gonna be getting to the B-roll here pretty soon, and then my little outro clip that I filmed, so just want to throw that in there. Any questions, comments, anything, please do feel free to let me know down below. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, the process, all the B-roll. This has honestly been really fun to make and film. I love frogs, you know, I love dart frogs as well. They're so bright and cute. This was kind of the first like little themed series thing that I decided to do for my shop. So hope y'all enjoyed that. I've got a lot of ideas and plans, things that I want to sculpt for my store. If there's anything, any cute animals or bugs or anything that you guys would like to see me make, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you would like to check out these little dudes or any other art that I offer, I will leave my website and all of my social media links down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, subscribing, anything that you guys decide to do. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.